So now the next cell organelle is ribosomes. Ribosomes, they are commonly called as protein factory of the cell. Protein factory of the cell. Protein factory of the cell. Why it is called as protein factory? Because in the ribosome or in ribosomes, protein synthesis take place. Protein synthesis take place. Protein synthesis take place in ribosomes, so they are called as protein factories of the cell. Which are the examples for proteins in our body? Hemoglobin is protein, keratin is protein, melanin is protein, various enzymes present in our body is protein, various hormones present in our body is protein, antibody is protein. So like this, our body is made up of protein and all those proteins are synthesized in ribosome. That's why the name protein factory. But for the formation of protein, they need guidelines from the DNA. That's a different matter. But this is the site of protein synthesis. It is the site of protein synthesis. These ribosomes, they are of two types. 70S ribosomes and 80S ribosome. S means it is sedimentation coefficient. It is sedimentation coefficient and it is called as Swedberg unit. Anyhow, 70S and 80S. 70S ribosomes are found in prokaryotes. Now you know what are prokaryotes or prokaryotic cell. 70S ribosomes are found in prokaryotes. Whereas 80S ribosomes are found in eukaryotes. 80S ribosomes are found in eukaryotes. But one thing we have to remember, in eukaryotes, in the eukaryotic cell, mitochondria is there as well as plastid is there. Inside mitochondria, 70S ribosomes are present. And inside plastid, 70S ribosomes are present. That means you can tell like this, eukaryotes contain both 80S and 70S. Though 70S are present in mitochondria and plastid, they are present in eukaryotes. So eukaryote contains both 80S and 70S type of ribosome, whereas prokaryotes contain only 70S type of ribosome. Example, bacteria and blue-green algae. Now we'll move on to another cell organelle and that is called as endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. Short form is ER. Endoplasmic reticulum. It is network-like present in the cytoplasm which help in the transportation from nucleus to cytoplasm, cytoplasm to nucleus. Endoplasmic reticulum. And we can classify this endoplasmic reticulum into two types. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. I'll write smooth ER. Even it is called as SER. SER means smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And rough endoplasmic reticulum. Short form RER. Rough endoplasmic. SER. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. First I'll come to rough. Why endoplasmic looks rough? Because it contains ribosomes on it. If ribosomes are present on it, it looks rough and we call it as rough endoplasmic reticulum. So, rough endoplasmic reticulum is rich with ribosomes. And why it is smooth? Its appearance is smooth because no ribosomes are present. So it looks smooth. That's why it is called a smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Now we know the function of ribosome, protein synthesis. So what is the function of rough endoplasmic reticulum then? Rough endoplasmic reticulum is associated with synthesis of protein or formation of protein, and smooth endoplasmic reticulum, it is related with or associated with lipid synthesis. Synthesis of lipid. This is synthesis of protein. Okay, so that is about endoplasmic reticulum. Now one more cell organelle, plastid, or we call chloroplast. In case of plant we call chloroplast, plastid. Actually there are different types, chloroplast, chromoplast, like this we call, okay, plastids, which is not present in plant. It is not present in plant. And this plastid, its structure is somewhat like this. Double membrane. So inner membrane, outer membrane. Then inside we will find structures like this. So this structure, okay, it is called as stroma. Sorry, it is called as grana. It is called as grana, and this matrix structure is called as stroma. Stroma. So these look like coins kept one above the other, the piles of the coin. So these are called as thylakoids. And what is their function? They participate in the process of photosynthesis. Now this photosynthesis, it consists of two steps. When we study photosynthesis in detail, you will come to know what it is. There are two steps, light reaction and dark reaction. Light reaction and dark reaction. These two steps are involved in photosynthesis. Now light reaction, why? Because this reaction is totally dependent on light. So it is light dependent reaction. Dark reaction doesn't mean that it takes place during dark time or night time. No, it does not require light. It is light independent reaction. So it is called as dark reaction. This light reaction take place in grana. Light reaction take place in grana, and dark reaction take place in stroma. Any of both the steps take place inside the chloroplast, and that's why plastid, its main function is to carry on photosynthesis. I repeat once again, plastid in case of plant with chlorophyll pigment are called as chloroplast, because if it contains some colored pigment we call it as a chromoplast. If it contains some stored substance, stored food material, then we call it as leucoplast, and so many things. Now it is chloroplast. It is made up of two membrane, outer membrane, inner membrane. These structures are called as grana, and here the matrix is called as stroma. Photosynthesis involves two steps, light reaction and dark reaction. Light reaction take place in grana, dark reaction take place in stroma. Light reaction means it is dependent on light. Dark reaction is independent of light. It is not dependent on light. And these two together are called as photosynthesis. So this is all about plastids.